What's up, everyone? It's Tech Trooper 64, and today, during Sony's press conference, they announced a new PS4 Pro, which is the highly anticipated and much talked about PlayStation 4 Neo that we've been talking about a lot lately. But today, Mark Cerny, the lead architect of the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 4 Pro, wanted to be very clear that the PlayStation 4 Pro is not the start of a new generation. Here's what he said. The PS4 Pro is not the start of a new console generation, nor is it a console that's going to blur the lines between generations, Cerny said during the Sony PlayStation meeting. He said that developers and publishers have been very quick to adopt to the new platform. So that's great. Now, what does this mean? Okay, let me clarify something. What does that mean that it won't blur the lines between console generations? That means he's trying to say that this is not the last PlayStation 4 or PlayStation console, sorry. So this is not the last PlayStation console. And you know what? I'm happy. Want to know why? Because I think this is something that people should know. The PlayStation 4 Pro and the Xbox One Scorpio. I know people are thinking this is going to be like a new thing, incremental upgrades. And I know Microsoft has already said that the Scorpio is going to bring end to console generations. But think about it like this. Maybe Sony half-assed their products, the PS4 Pro, because people are thinking they half-assed it. I think I know why. They half-assed it because they know this is not going to be the future, incremental upgrades. They're still doing the old-fashioned redesigns, and then new console. And before anybody says, but older redesigns like the Slim and the Super Slim for the PS3, those never had increased GPUs. That's true. But think about it like this. The PS4 and the Xbox One came out during a time that 4K was the new resolution. A new resolution that came out during a generation. This never happened before. Before with the PS3 and Xbox 360, those consoles launched when HD was starting to get a grip on itself. But the PS4 and Xbox One launched between the time where 1080p was going out and 4K was coming in. And because of that, they had to do a slim or a redesign of those consoles so they can be up to spec for 4K. Now, I'm not saying that everything of the PS4 Pro is going to be 4K. Obviously not. But think about it like this. Would you rather have PS4 games looking very bland in 900p at 1080p sometimes, not looking great all the time at low settings, medium settings, and being upscaled to 4K? Or would you rather have them being native 1080p, high graphics settings, and upscaled to 4K, or even sometimes native 4K? That's what I'm trying to say. These upgrades, I don't think Microsoft understands what the incremental upgrades thing is. It's not supposed to bring an end to the console generations. It's supposed to be like a new Xbox One Slim. It's supposed to be like an Xbox 360 Slim. It's supposed to be like a PS3 Slim. It's not required, but you can have it if you need it. Look back at the Xbox 360 when it first came out. Did it have an HDMI port? No, it didn't. So why would you buy one? An original Xbox 360 when the new Xbox 360 Slim comes and it has HDMI. Why would you buy the old one? For one simple reason. It depends on your TV. Think about it. Look at it like this. Instead of saying that, the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One Scorpio are going to be the end of console generations, instead of it thinking like that, think about it like this. The Xbox One, a Scorpio, is going to come out for who? For people who have 4K TVs. For people who have 1080p TVs with HDR built in. When they want their games to look beautiful and stunning. Right? It's for those people. But let's say you have a 1080p or a 720p display and you still want to play those next-gen games, but you don't have the money enough for 4K. You don't have enough money for the PS4 Pro. What do? You buy a normal PS4 Slim and you buy a normal TV. And it was the same thing that happened with the Xbox 360 Slim and the PS3 Slim and the original PS3. Now, that wasn't really true for the PS3 Fat because it had HDMI from the get-go, but it was more true with the Xbox 360 Slim and the Xbox 360 Elite Edition, the one that launched originally. The original Xbox 360 didn't have HDMI, and then the Xbox 360 Slim came with HDMI. So what was the Xbox 360 Slim for? It was for the people who had the brand new 1080p display TVs, 720p, who had HDMI. But what about the people who still had standard definition TVs, who couldn't afford a newer TV? They played on the original Xbox 360. Like, do you see what I'm trying to get to here? This is kind of how I see it. And you know what? I prefer it that way. Because I'd rather have PS4 Pro and the Xbox One Scorpio be a redesign and a redesign of the consoles we know, just for the sole purpose of being a redesign and that we can have the choice instead of it being incremental upgrades. I'm glad they're taking this route. That's just my opinion, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Don't forget to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and I want to know what you guys think about my view on this. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.